Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today the problem that we are trying to solve is LeetCode 744, finding the smallest letter greater than the target. So we are given this alphabetical array and a target alphabet, and we need to find element in the array that is greater than the given target. Now one thing that has been given is the list is already sorted. Now whenever we get a problem with sorted array, we directly think about binary search. This is like no questions asked, no second thought. Binary search is the only problem or only optimized solution that we can do. Wherever we can loop through the problem, we can definitely apply binary search. And why does it help? Let's take an example over here. So if we are given an array from 1 to 100 and we need to find 75, the brute force approach will be we go one by one, we loop and iterate over 75 elements, and then we'll find 75. Am I right? So in an array 1 to 100, we have to find 75. It will be at 70th position. I think everybody will be clear. But how can we solve it without iterating 75 elements? So using binary search, we are given 1 to 100, that is sorted. We go and check 50, the middle point. Is it less than 75 or is it greater? If it is less than 75, then we move the array and so the target array, we reduce it, because our solution will obviously be in between 51 to 100. Am I correct? 75 is 51 to 100, between 55 to 100. So same approach we'll try to follow in our given problem of alphabetical letters. So suppose we are gonna check all this alphabetical order, and in the middle point, if the middle point is less than the target, then we are gonna shift our array to the right side of the mid, and if it is greater than the target, then we are going to shift to left side of the array. So let's see what the pseudocode of this looks like. So first we are going to define the lower bound of our array, then the upper bound, then we'll start a loop where start is always less than equal to right. This is our basic condition that is required for, because if we don't follow this, it will go to infinite loop. So start should always be less than equal to right. Then we define our midpoint, that is start plus end minus start divided by 2. So that is the middle point that we are trying to find. So in an array of 1 to 100, the middle point comes out to be 50. So that is what we are trying to find over here. Then we are having two basic conditions that we need to check. If array mid is less than the target, then start is equals to mid plus 1, and if array mid is more than the target, then end is equals to mid minus 1. This start and end defines our array scope. So whenever a start goes to mid plus 1, we are actually catering to the right side of the array now, and over here we are actually catering to the left side of the array. So this shortens our scope and eventually shortens our iterations over element. So and at the last we return start. Why start? Because over here we are asked to get the greater element than the target. And what will be the greater element? The mid plus 1, because we are scoping out, so towards right. So this will be our answer, the start. So let's see how the code looks like. To solve any binary search problem, I generally define binary search function. So over here what I generally do is start, end and target and letters, that is our array. Now what I do is I'll start the while loop where start is less than equal to end, and we'll define our midpoint. What is the midpoint we discussed right now? Start plus end minus start by 2. If letters mid, so what will be the condition? If letters mid is less than equal to target, Then what this is, mid is less than the target, then start jumps to mid plus 1, else mid is greater than the target and goes to mid minus 1, and at the end we return start, because we are trying to find a greater element than target. Now we need to get this called binary search, that is 0 length of letters target letters, and over here now there are two things. There can be a situation where the answer that is given over here is actually out of bound, that is there's no element greater than the target given. So over here we have this condition in letters, in the given array letters we don't have any letter that is greater than z. So what do we return over here? They have mentioned, so we return letter 0. So over here we are gonna say if temp is equals to length of letters, then return letter 0, and in other scenarios just returning letters temp should do the job. Let's see if this works. Invalid syntax, return is not actually correct. Now let's retry. So this passes. Now if I submit this, 100% faster. But remember, whenever we are given sorted array, we have to think about binary search. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.